Hey, this is Marie at A Place to Heal. Thanks for joining me again. And today I wanted to do a really quick video on what to do when someone doesn't want your help in healing. I've spoken to a lot of people who have told me, my father refuses to eat healthy. I try to talk to my sister about changing her diet. And even though she's really sick, she doesn't want to listen to me. I have a neighbor who is really sick. And every time I try to discuss food with them or how to heal, they just don't want to listen. And you know what? I call it being in the matrix. It's deciding to take the red pill or the blue pill. We have decided to take the blue pill and wake up and see life for what it is and decide to eat healthy, because when you're eating crappy and you're eating all that processed sugar and you're eating all those opiates from the grains and everything else, you're like in this drunken stupor. You're basically just sedated. You're sedated through life. And when you decide to get out of all that, you start to realize, wow, I'm actually coming out of the matrix. I'm able to see things differently. I'll go places now and I'll sit there and I'll just look around and go on, that kid just had three sodas and the mom's not saying anything. And this person is shoving pizza down their throat like it's going out of, don't they know all that? So when you know better, it affects you more. In my last video, I mentioned that I had some personal things going on in my life that I wasn't okay to discuss just yet. And one of those things that is going on in my life right now is that we were waiting for a very close family member to get some results back from a liver biopsy that she had done. And we just got the phone call day before yesterday that she has terminal liver cancer. Now, when I first got sick, I had a bunch of people in my face, up my ass, sitting there constantly telling me, you can't do this, you can't go natural, this is not right, you have to go see a doctor, you have to get checked out, you have to take medication, you have to get these tests done, and I dug my heels in and I said, no, I want to do this naturally. And I actually had one of my family members corner me one evening and tell me, if you continue to do this foolishness, I'm not going to be around. I'm not going to sit here and watch you die while you eat fruits and vegetables and take herbal potions, all this voodoo crap, and think that you're going to get healthier. Well, I did get healthier. And, even though I do have my little issues now and then, I'm still dealing with, my improvement has been 90% from where I was. This person that has been diagnosed in my family with liver cancer, I've offered my help and has been refused. She wants to go the medical route. She's very confused right now and she does not want any help. She is digging her heels in, and that's the route she wants to go. Now, I have the same people that were in my face 3 years ago yelling at me and telling me that what I was doing was insanity. They're now in my face going, you need to do something. You have to do something. Do something for her. This is what you do. Your specialty is cancer. Do something. what am I supposed to do? And I think if you're ever planning to be a healer, if you're going to go into this field of work, whether it's detoxification or medical student or whatever the case may be, alternative healthcare provider, health coach, you are going to run across people that do not want your help. And I think one of the first things that we must learn as a healer is when to back up and just say that person needs to do what they want to do, because everyone has a journey that they have to go through life. It's their path and they have to pick it. My path was to heal myself and then turn around and start healing others. But that might not be someone else's path. And in the last 3 years since I started learning detoxification and going to school and learning about herbs and learning all this medical and everything else, I've had a lot of people literally dropping dead around me. I had a neighbor who I offered my services to free of charge. I was willing to go in there, completely help them, and he refused. He said no, he didn't want to, and I had to attend his funeral. I had another friend who is still battling with cancer, and she knows what I do, but it's not happening. I had another friend who, beautiful soul, who had lung cancer, and he decided that he wanted to do nothing. He didn't want to go natural, and he just wanted to accept his fate, excuse me, and do what he needed to do. And we need to come to a space in healing where we need to realize that some souls want to cross over. They no longer want to be here. And the reason that I know this is because I've gone to clients' houses, and the whole family's in there, and the family's going, well, you need to do this, and we need to save them, and what are we going to do, and when are we going to start this? And the first thing I do after I've talked to them and explained to them what has to happen is I tell everybody that they have to vacate. And I speak to my client one-on-one, and the first question that I ask them is, do you want to live? Do you really want to live? And as weird as this may sound, and as hard to believe as this may sound, I have had 2 different clients on 2 different occasions tell me no. I do not. I'm ready to go. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't like my life. There's nothing worth living. I can't sit there and tell them, oh, you have to live. You have to do it. You have to do it for your mother, and you have to do it for your grandmother and your children. That's not for me to decide. They have to decide that. And sometimes that is not what they want. And I have to walk out of that room and respect what they want to do. They tell me I am in serious pain. I don't want to try. And recently with this that just happened, I have a lot of family members that are like, I'm going to take you, and we're going to put you over there, and I'm going to just set you free on her so, you can heal her, because this is what you do. Do something, Marie, and I am doing something. I'm stepping back, and I'm letting her make the decision. Because if I were to go to her and I were to force her to eat fruits and vegetables, to do Gerson enemas, to take the herbs that I wanted her to take, it's not going to change anything. Because in order to heal, you have to want to heal. You have to believe that that's what you want, and you have to have things that you want to live for, and things that you still want to accomplish in this body on this planet. I can't force that into her. I can't, unfortunately. But it's been very stressful. Ever so stressful on me, because it's very hard as a healer to sit back, especially when it's a close family member and they don't want your help. And another thing that I've been asked is, she's chosen to do chemo. She's chosen to believe the doctors because the doctors know best. And I've been asked if I would at least be in her company and help her, because it's just her and her husband, and her husband really doesn't know what he's doing. And as big of a bitch as this will make me, I said no. I cannot physically be there watching her pumped up with morphine, which I know is just horrible, and all these other drugs, and watch her go through chemo, which I know is toxic. And for those of you that don't know about chemo, chemo cures less than 1% of cancers. Chemo is a crock. It's for doctors to make money. It's not to heal you. If doctors really knew how to heal cancer, they could heal themselves. Chemo does not work. 87% of chemo doctors have been quoted as saying that they would never get chemo for themselves or for their family. Chemo is very, very, very acidic. It's more acidic than a car battery. It not only kills the good cells, it not only kills the bad cells, but it also kills the good cells. It not only kills the bad cells and the good cells, it also kills the cancer patients. It's not a way to heal cancer. So I absolutely refuse to sit around and watch them kill her slowly. So if that's something that she's chosen, I have to respect that. If that's what her soul has decided, if this is the time that her soul has decided that it wants to depart this planet, but I can't enable that. I just can't, because I'm a healer. I'm not. I don't help people to take synthetic medication and take things that I know will harm them. You know, I want people to be healthy, and I want people to heal, and that's not where I'm coming from. So I thought I would do this video real quickly to let you guys know one of the issues that's going on in my life right now that I'm having to deal with. And you know, like I said, I'm continuing on my juice fast. I have been able to stay on my juice fast, which once upon a time I would have been already grabbing for the cake, because every time I used to get stressed, I used to eat. And so it's very important for me to stay on my juice fast during this. And I'm also trying to distance myself from this, and distance myself from the drama in the family, because I don't want this to affect my healing journey. And you know, and because stress is very damaging to the body, and it does harm all the organs. I don't want to stress and put any of that on my organs and on me. So I'm trying to stay detached, and I'm trying to stay focused through this all, and think think in reality terms, not the picture show that is going on around me. So and I guess the last thing that I have to say about all this, because I've been giving this a lot of thought, is that as a society, we have become ever so weird and freaked out and strange about death. There's a lot of African societies, and I think there's nothing better than this, that when a child is born, everyone mourns, everyone cries, and they sing a sad song, because this life sometimes is so hard, and there's so many things that because it's such a dense reality, so many things that we feel are real that aren't even real. It's just a picture show. It's just frames, just like your iPhone. They're just frames going past, but we take it as so real. And and they cry and they mourn, and when the person dies, they have a celebration, and they're so thrilled and they're so happy, because they know that that person has finally stopped suffering and is going to a much better place, and the spirit is so much lighter, and they're going into such a much better world. I have always seen death that way, and when any of my other family members have passed that have been very close to me, I always tell them to please come and visit often. And I know when they visit in music that I hear. It's a certain song that was like their favorite to sing, and I'm like, oh, there they are, they're visiting. But I can't explain that to my family, because my family doesn't understand that kind of concept. So it's very hard to explain that. So I wanted to share that with you guys, because one, it is part of my journey that I'm documenting here on YouTube. Number two, it is part of my healing journey, because when I look back, I can actually see how my health fared through all this. And number three, because if I'm not on as often as I usually am, you guys will understand where I'm coming from. Now, there's still a chance that she might change her mind, and in that case, I will be more than glad to pack my suitcase and head over right to her side and help her out in any way that I possibly can, and help her to heal. But until then, this is the best that I have. So that's about it for right now as far as the updates go. And I just want to stress again, if you are going to get into the healing profession in any way, shape, or form, I don't care if it's massage therapy, I don't care if it's Reiki or prana or whatever, health coach, anything. There's certain people, and because you are a healer, there's a certain energy that you constantly have to carry with you, and it has to be good, and it has to be clean energy in order for you to work what you need to do for your client. And you need to keep that energy clean at all times. So sometimes, no matter how much you don't want to do it, you have to distance yourself in order for you not to contaminate yourself, because there is another client right around the corner tomorrow who is serious about getting healthy and doing it naturally. And they're going to need your help. And you cannot have that energy contaminated with bad energy when you go to help that other client who truly needs you. Because there's nothing more important than checking that energy before you enter a room to meet with a client. You always need to check your energy anytime you work with someone who's ill. I even do it before a phone call. I always check my energy and make sure that I'm in a positive mood before I call someone. All right, so until next time, I will do an update tomorrow on my juice fast. I'm going to go in and I am going to get weighed. I am still on my juice fast. Tomorrow is day 14. And I will be doing an update on my weight loss and all the good stuff that happened this past week. So until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.